Hello, I'm gonna stop, making intros and outros to my videos. So if you're wondering why I stopped doing that, that's why. Um, well, yeah. Anyway, um, and before I get started, no, just kidding, I don't have sponsors. I am going to talk about a very controversial topic. Fucking obviously, right? With numbers and toilet paper, you know? But like, toilet paper really doesn't have much to do with it. I mean, it does somewhat, but not completely. That's not what we're about. And I wrote it in code because this topic is it's very controversial. Alright? And it's very big, it's very huge. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about US and Iran. Alright? Of course I am. Alright, that's just the big thing right now. It's relevant at the moment, but in the future it could be like, oh yeah, this, and this. But right now I'm going to be mostly talking about US and Iran. And people have been talking about like how Israel, Israel is trying to hide the bombings. Oh, no. Most of those bombings are actually just AI videos that Iran set to make things look scarier than they actually are, you know? And it's not reality. Even if they are losing the war, it's not as bad as you think it is. Elon Musk is just trying to do an AI filter thing, if that makes sense. Anyway, um, because of this on X, on this platform, people have been going crazy about this. You know, people have been losing their freaking hippin' dippin' minds over this shit. And then the Iranian leader, or supreme leader, supreme dictator, has died. The current guy has died. Now, I don't know if they'll stay in a regime or what will happen to Iran, if there is still a thing of Iran, but one thing's for sure. Whatever's gonna happen next, let's say year or two, it's gonna be big. Big. Okay? And it might be a cause of another war, but if it ends with world peace, if that means that we have to end in a recession or a depression or both, then so be it. So be it. Okay? If that means the entire world has to be in again, recession or depression or both, that kind of thing. And really sucks, but that's where we currently are, you know, as our societies and cultures and languages and stuff are going. And it's a very hot, heated topic, and then there's Donald Trump. He went all crazy through it, because even though he's in the Epstein files, he's not really, like, thinking about it, And censorship is obviously bad, regardless if you agree with it or not, you know? Regardless if you agree with what somebody is saying or not. That's why the Groypers got so popular. Even though their ideas are wrong, the reason why they're being, like, so popular now is because they're one of those cases, and many of them, because 9 times out of 10, or should I say 10 times out of 10, every single time somebody gets censored, either one of two things happens when it comes to censored, or both in the case. It's either one of three. It's either the person who got censored thinks that what they're saying is the truth, meaning you can't handle that conversation, or you probably could, but you didn't know how to make a proper response, because censorship is not a proper response. Two, it's going to make people who watched it get censored or whatever all of a sudden think that they're right. Or three, a combination of the two. And it's usually that last one, where because of it, where censorship, generally speaking, in that sense, regardless of what side you're on, politically, religiously, sports-wise, whatever it may be, whatever thing it is, it can make it more popular, That's why being right-wing, at least in the United States, is more popular, because it often gets more censored than the left wing. Now, I'm not saying that the left wing can't get censored, but if you know their bias, you know it's a lot less compared to the right wing. And so because of it, their opinions tend to be more popular with the younger generation. They tend to be more bigger with the younger generation, because I say the younger generation specifically because they're the ones who are coming up, and they're the ones who are starting to get into this, that kind of thing. I don't know what will happen next or what will be the future, but yeah, it's a very controversial topic, so I'm going to, make it look a little different so that way I don't get certain individuals on the YouTube channel. Anyway, that's all I'm gonna say for the video. Bye.